Come vape with me. I want to tell you about ignoramuses, buffoons, fools, and going back to the Dark Ages. Do you know that in UK we now, in 3 years' time, will have vaping and electronic cigarettes as medical devices? Now, isn't that an astonishingly foolish action? And the reason it is foolish is right now we are funding and paying for our own addiction. We buy our own devices and we have an industry that is advancing daily. New devices are coming out, better tanks, better batteries. The thing is vital. It's growing. It's a wondrous new and amazing technology. And so what are we doing in the UK? We're going to go backwards. We will probably end up with something like that, which is going backwards. And maybe we will not be able to buy e-liquid. Maybe we will not be able to buy our batteries and tanks. Who knows what's going to happen if this kind of medieval thinking continues? I'm absolutely astonished and ashamed that this could happen in the UK. I thought the UK was a place where advanced thinking lurked, but obviously it isn't, because in 3 years' time, all electronic devices and e-cigarettes are going to be medical devices and produced and controlled by the government, or probably the drug companies. Who knows what bribery and corruption has gone on in this pronouncement by the MHRA that happened 2 or 3 days ago. And I've been thinking about it. This is why it's foolish. In England, you go to the doctor and he gives you a prescription. And currently, if it's nicotine replacement therapy, the government pays for it. So aren't they a bunch of arses and loonies to make electronic cigarettes medical devices? Can you imagine how the money will bleed out into the community if doctors are providing smokers, the disease of smoking has to be cured. They are providing smokers with electronic cigarette medical devices, and if they're anything like that, vapers know they don't jolly work. In fact, if you start that way, the likelihood is that you'll dump it because it doesn't feel good and it doesn't feel like smoking. An ego with a tank is the right way to start, and who knows if that might be classed as a medical device, only there is no way to control what e-liquid goes into the tank. And I've never heard of a sealed unit tank at the moment. So all sorts of annoyances and flares of anger have been lurking within me for the last few days. So I'm sharing this. This is my opinion, that in the UK we are going back to the dark ages of vaping, and it is the most foolish thing I've ever heard of. And I am hoping that vapers in the UK will stand together, shoulder to shoulder, device to device, and object. This is supposed to be a democracy, and in fact, vapers know more about vaping and how it's totally transformed their lives than any person sitting on a committee, a medical person sitting on a committee, being an ignoramus. Vapers are providing their own therapy for smoking. In the UK, there's 1.3 million vapers. That means there are probably almost that numbers of non-smokers. So why meddle with something that's working? Why fix it when it ain't broke? Thanks for vaping with me.